Hey, thanks for joining me. I want to show you some of our really fun silicone molds that we have on the SweetWise website. If you just type in molds in the search bar, what's going to happen is you're going to come to a landing page that has different categories that really guides you in the right direction of what type of mold you're looking for. I'm going to start by showing you one that has a bunch of flowers on it. You're going to have a whole entire flowers category, so just find one that works for you. This one I like. These are a little bit smaller, but they're really great for embellishments. You can use them for cupcakes or like side adornments for a cake, or you can even gather them on top of a cake, anything you want to. Let me just show you how really easy these are to use. Typically the first time you use these, they're a little bit sticky. What I like to do is just dust the whole thing with powdered sugar once and pop it out. First time you use it, it may stick once, but after that it's going to be good to go. So don't get frustrated if it doesn't work the very first time. So just a little bit of powdered sugar, and then I tap that out. So basically it's just a very light dusting. I have a little bit of gum paste here, and what I'm going to do is just kind of push this down into the cavity that I want and kind of help it find its way to the detail. And then I'm going to just take a poly rolling pin and just kind of roll over it, and you can see how the mold stretches a little bit when I push on it. That's great because it really shows you that it's getting down into that detail. So I'm just going to make sure that every little cavity is filled, and what's great about this is it releases really easy. So all I'm going to do is turn this over, and I can see how flexible that mold is. I can stretch it right off of there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it beside this other one. I already painted this. You can do this in any color. You could start with maybe like a pale yellow or a pink or something like that. But what I like to do is go back and brush it with a little bit of color. And then that way you can kind of customize it. Maybe you want to do these outer petals in yellow, and then maybe touch the centers with a little bit of orange. And then you can come back and do the center in a black or a red or whatever, you know, kind of works with the color theme that you're doing. So just a little bit of luster dust, and that's really going to bring out the detail on those molds. So I'm not going to finish painting that one, but here's a couple of other ones that I did paint. There's a little iris that's adorable, a little bit of rose. This hibiscus, I think, is great detail on that. So I actually sprayed that with a little bit of red and then brushed it with some gold in the center. But this is really fun, delicate flowers. Take a look at that and see if that works for your use. And I'm going to show you a couple of other molds here really quickly. This one is actually a Cameo mold, and we've got a close-up of some of those. I'm going to show you really quickly. These all kind of work the same way. And all I do when I'm done with it is I brush it with a little bit of Super Pearl, and it gives us really great shimmer, just like a real Cameo. Now, if you get a little bit too much, you see this is kind of coming over the edge, what you can do is use your fondant knife. This has a really slick part to it. And why I like to use this instead of like a palette knife or any other kind of knife is it doesn't cut your mold. And you can also kind of rub against it, and it pulls in what your excess is on the outside of it. So just cleaning that up. And I'm going to give it another couple of rolls here just to make sure it picks up that detail. And then again, working the same way, it's just going to pop right out. So I'm just going to move this over here with my other ones, and then I always like to move these to a board. You can see the difference in this one. It's kind of a flat finish versus these that have a little bit of Super Pearl brushed on there. That makes a really pretty finish to those Cameos. So the other mold I'm going to show you real quickly is the gems, and again, this is in another category. There's some that are smaller than this that are really, really tiny. For those tiny molds, I have another video that I show. You won't need it on this one, but you can actually push the fondant with your fondant knife or the gum paste into that cavity and kind of almost wipe it in the cavity, and that really works for those. For this one, it kind of works the same as all the others. Again, you just kind of push it into your cavity, roll it to pick up the detail, cut off the excess, roll it one more time, clean up the sides and roll it one more time. And then it pops out just the same as the other ones I just showed you. But what I really like about this is just all the different details. It has different shapes, different sizes. And these over here I already have finished. Some I sprayed with a bronze. It's the PME luster spray with the bronze is this color, and this one's actually called red, although it kind of looks like a wine color to me. But these would be really great. Just put on the side of a cake. Maybe you can do like a topper that has a crown, that sort of thing, and then just put those on there, and it's going to give it a really nice embellishment. Take a look at all the silicones we have. We have a great selection, great stock, and whatever your use is, I think you're going to have fun with it. Thanks for watching.